Above the heroes, above the gods, above even the reality warpers sit the cosmic entities, beings who literally embody the forces that hold the universe together. Today we're climbing that ladder from the bottom rung all the way to the top, explaining every major one. Let's start with the guy who eats planets. Galactus is the classic starting point, the survivor of the universe before ours who now hungers for planets to sustain himself. He's not really evil. He's a cosmic necessity, a force of nature with a face, and the universe would collapse without him. He rides herald-scouted worlds and consumes their life energy. And honestly, once you understand him, you kind of feel bad for the guy. He's basically a walking natural disaster who never asked to be this hungry. The Celestials are those enormous armored space gods you saw in the MCU with Eternals and Guardians. They're cosmic engineers who experiment on early life, seeding worlds and judging entire civilizations. When a Celestial shows up, planets tend to end. They operate on a scale so vast that individual lives don't even register to them. They're gardeners, and we're the soil. The Phoenix Force is the embodiment of life, death, and rebirth, pure cosmic fire that jumps from host to host across the universe. Most people know it through Jean Grey, but the Phoenix existed long before her and will burn long after. It's the flame that lets the universe cycle and renew, capable of consuming stars for a snack. When it goes dark, it becomes one of the most destructive forces in all of creation. Kronos is an Eternal who ascended into a cosmic being after his physical body was destroyed in an explosion. His consciousness spread across the universe, and he became the embodiment of time itself. He's also, fun fact, the grandfather of Thanos, so cosmic power runs in that family. He watches over the flow of time and occasionally nudges events when the timeline needs correcting. The In-Betweener is a being of duality, created by the twin forces of Master Order and Lord Chaos to maintain balance in the universe. He embodies every opposite at once, life and death, good and evil, logic and emotion, split right down the middle. His whole purpose is keeping the cosmic scales even, so he sometimes stirs up trouble just to restore equilibrium. Visually, he's one of the most striking entities, literally two-toned to show his split nature. Ian is a strange cosmic entity that exists to guide the universe toward peace and protect it from destruction. She's most famous for choosing protectors of the universe, including Quasar and Captain Marvel. Ian acts as a kind of cosmic advisor, granting the quantum bands and steering champions toward their destiny. She's less about raw power and more about safeguarding cosmic order through chosen heroes. These two are opposing abstract entities representing, well, order and chaos, the fundamental push and pull of existence. Together, they help balance the universe, and they answer to the living tribunal above them. They created the In-Betweener as their agent and have shaped major cosmic events from behind the scenes. Later stories even fused them into a single terrifying being called Logos, which was a whole thing. Oblivion is the embodiment of nothingness, the void, the absolute non-existence that surrounds all of creation. He's the sibling and counterpart to eternity, representing everything that isn't. Where eternity is all of reality, Oblivion is the empty darkness waiting outside it. He's incredibly powerful and endlessly patient, because in the end, everything returns to nothing. Death, or Mistress Death, is the personification of the end of all things, the entity Thanos famously fell in love with and tried to impress with the Infinity Gauntlet. She's the counterpart to Eternity's brother Infinity and represents mortality across the whole universe. Cold, mysterious, and utterly essential, Death balances out endless life. Without her, existence would just keep piling up forever, which is exactly why she matters. Infinity is the personification of all space in the universe, the sibling of eternity and counterpart to death. Where eternity embodies time and reality, infinity embodies the endless expanse itself. She's one of the four foundational abstract entities that define the very structure of existence. Together with eternity, death, and oblivion, she forms the cornerstones of everything that is. Eternity is basically the universe given a consciousness, the sum total of all living things and all of time and reality wrapped into one being. When you see that starry humanoid silhouette in the comics, that's eternity, and he's about as high up the ladder as physical existence goes. He represents the entire cosmos as a single mind. Only a handful of beings even outrank him, and they're the truly abstract judges of creation. The Watchers are an ancient race sworn to observe the universe without interfering, and yes, that includes Wadu, the star of Marvel's What If. They possess near limitless knowledge and technology, cataloging every event across countless realities. Their vow of non-interference gets broken constantly, usually when things get really dire. They're not the most powerful entities on this list, but they might be the most informed. Now we're getting near the top. The Living Tribunal is a three-faced cosmic judge who ensures balance across the entire multiverse, not just one universe. His faces represent equity, vengeance, and necessity, and his rulings are essentially cosmic law. He outranks nearly every entity we've discussed and answers only to the being above all. When the tribunal makes a decision, reality itself obeys. The Beyonders are a race of mysterious, near-omnipotent entities from outside the multiverse entirely. They're the ones responsible for the incursions and the collapse of the multiverse in the Secret War storyline. They view all of creation as an experiment to be tested and ultimately destroyed. Even the Living Tribunal was killed by a Beyonder-empowered weapon, which tells you just how far outside the normal hierarchy these things sit. And here it is, the top of the entire ladder, the one above all, the supreme being and creator of everything in the Marvel multiverse. It's benevolent, omnipotent, and omnipresent, standing above even the Living Tribunal, who serves as its representative. Many fans believe it's a stand-in for the writers and artists themselves, appearing to characters like Peter Parker in moments of grief. There is nothing higher. This is the source of all Marvel reality. So which of these cosmic giants is your favorite? The World Devourer, the embodiment of death, or the big guy at the very top? Drop it in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, smash that like and subscribe for more Marvel deep dives.